Janab Yusuf was young, he was handsome, he was beautiful. Oh my Lord, قال يا ربي, oh my Lord, قال ربي السجن أحب إلي. From what? مما يدعونني إليه. Oh Allah, oh my Lord, I like jail more than being among these world of shahwat and desires. What Zulaikha wants from us and her team, because in the continuation ayah it says, وَإِلَّا تَصْرِفْ عَنِّي كَيْدَهُنَّ. Kaidahunna one means pretty, plenty of women. So Zulaikha and her team, what were their desires? They said, we are all young, we are all beautiful. If someone else was on the place of Janabi Yusuf, what would he say? Oh Allah, just stay away, just keep Zulaikha away from me, but let me be in this palace. Let me be in this wealth. Let me be in this facility. I have food, I enjoy living, I enjoy being around these people. No, it's all part of shahwat. Yusuf said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, please take me away from Zulaikha and her team, kaydahunna, and their trap of these ladies. And I better be in jail, that's much better for me. In jail, no luxuries at all. So let me be with myself. Between me and you, there's no luxuries, oh my God. Oh my Creator, there's no luxury between you and me. I want to be just with you. I'm tired of these luxuries. He was Aziz in Misr. He was a kind of prime minister, leader, president, something like that. He said, no, I don't want all these things. Her team, either I don't want anything from you. Jail is better for me than being with them. Rabbi, as-sijnu ahabbu ilayya. I love more jail than mimma yad'unani ilay, than what they're asking me. They want from me the sin, adultery, whatever, the luxurious life. I don't want anything. And then the point is here, in and love come together, become illa. Wa illa tasrif anni kaydahunna, oh Allah, if you do not remove their trap from me, asbu ilayna, I might go to them. I might turn to them. I might join to them. We have to ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this way. Oh Allah, I am trying to put myself away from shaitan. I want to keep myself away. Oh Allah, but it is very hard on me. I can't do that alone by myself. Unless you help me. If Prophet Yusuf is saying that as a ma'soom, we definitely have to have say. I cannot protect myself from shaitan, from Iblis. Oh Allah, help me in this job, in this status, in this name, in this brand, in this family, in this town, in the city. There's a lot of traps. If you read this hadith is called Hadith Abdullah ibn Jundab, one of the great Sahabi of Imam Sadiq. Once he came to Imam Sadiq, Imam told him a detailed hadith. It's a kind of 1 or 2 page hadith. It's a beautiful hadith. Everybody has to have it in mobile. You all have to have it in your mobile always, and keep reading it every week, every day, every month. Hadith Abdullah ibn Jundab. Remind me, I will give you the link, and you can have this hadith. In this hadith, the very first sentence, Imam Jafar Salam Alayhi says to his this dunya, this entire world is trap of Iblis. Be careful. As I always say, Mu'min always lives in the state of high alert. Just like you're sitting in the battlefield. If I'm sitting in a gun in a bunker in a battlefield, someone calls me, Shaikh Ammar, I'm not going to say yes, I'm here. Right? As you say, I'm here, boom, and you're gone. No. You ask, oh, who are you? What's your name? And if he says my name, then boom. So you have to be very careful in this world. You have to be very careful. Mu'min always live in the state of high alert. The moment you forget memory of Allah, dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's the place shaitan is going to hit you. Boom. We don't know how many times you've been hit by Iblis. So we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. There's no choice. In the dunya haba ila shaitan. That's a very beautiful sentence from Imam Sadiq Salam in this Hadith Abdullah ibn Jundab. This entire world, we think sometimes, no, I'm safe. You know, if I go to cabaret, if I go to disco, if I go to this dance party, if I go to their party, then I might be in trap of shaitan. No, my brother, no, my sister. Since the day we came to this world, we are always in the trap. This entire world is a trap of shaitan. So watch your step, watch your ears, watch your eyes, watch your language, watch everything. Even though watch your thoughts. We have to watch Janabi Isa ibn Maryam salamullah alayhi. One day his disciples asked from Janabi Isa ibn Maryam, what is your guidance to us? He said, Janabi Isa said to his people, Janabi Musa told you, don't do sin. I said, don't even think about sin. He said, don't do things. I said, even though don't think. It's a very popular example. We used to study in Iran. Our teachers like Aqaid, Irfan, and lots of people say it's a very common example. If you just imagine about a lemon, and you're squeezing the lemon in your mouth. There's no lemon, there's no squeeze, there's no lemon water in your mouth, but you all feel water in your mouth. Right?
Yeah.
Urafa, awliya, ulama, mujtahideen, scholars, mu'minin, all do that. Even though thinking of sin has effect like that. It has some kind of very, very mild, very low level effect, but there is effect. Isa ibn Maryam says, even though don't think about sin, don't think. When we fall in shahwat, in desires, we go astray. Imam said, no, I'm here. I'm doing this qiyam to wake you people up from jihad. And this is another meaning of jihad. Sallu ala Muhammad wa alihi.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali.
When Janabi Yusuf became king and his brother came to visit him, Janabi Yusuf realized them. They were his brothers, but they did not realize him at the first. They later realized him. So at the very beginning meeting, he asked from his brothers, Janabi Yusuf, what he asked? قال هل علمتم ما فعلتم بيوسف? Did you guys ever realize what you have done to your brother, Yusuf? وأخيه, I think it was Benjamin, and his brother, what you have done to them? إذ أنتم جاهلون, because you were jahil. You were in the jahl. So when we are in jahl, we do dhulm, even though on our close ones. And this happens. And this happens. So we have to protect ourselves from not doing dhulm, not on others, even to the close ones. Not on the close ones, even to others. No, we should protect ourselves from doing dhulm. When we do dhulm, when we go against someone without any dalil, any reason, any authority, what they did to Janab Yusuf, out of jealous, they throw him in the well. And they said to the father, he's been eaten by some animals. Gone. It's finished. Why they did like that? Just because of jealous. Janab Yusuf asked them, did you guys realize what you have done to your brother and Janab Yusuf, your brother and the other brother? Is Antum Jahilun, because you were ignorant. What you did, it was the outcome of your ignorance. So stay away. One of the alamat of jahl, of ignorance, is when we act nonsense, when we act based upon hasad, jealous, when we act without any reason. Moment, if I'm correct, this sentence is famous from Shaikh Wali Sina. He says, "Nahnu abna'u dalil." Shia, we are the children of reasons. Everything you do in your life, you have to have a reason for that. Someone asked one day, How happened you reach to this high level of ma'rifah or irfan or those ilmi darajat or maqamat? How could you reach this maqamat? What he replied, Allama Tabatabai replied, everything I did in my life, prior to doing that, I prepared an answer for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is hard sometimes. It is not easy. It is hard. But somehow we have to become habitual to these things. Everything I did in my life, prior to doing that, I prepared an answer for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because I'm going to be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why you did this? Why stood up there? Why you sit down there? Why you eat that? Why you wear that? Why you talk to these people? Why you do that? Why? All those why. But when we prepare a logical answer, a reasonable answer for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there we can judge, is this my action, is this my movement is correct or not? But if I don't consider it, I don't think about it. I said, okay, let's do it. Keep doing it. At the end, inshallah, we'll be thinking, okay, no, it's not going to be okay, my brother and sister. Make sure what you are doing is correct. Think about the end. Think about the end. When you think about the end, then you realize, oh no, there's a lot of problems. That's why Islam says, always do mashwara, mushawarah. Always get advice. Every single action, get the advice of best people. Always. Our actions has to be a flag. Our deeds, our actions, our career, our life, our everything has to be a flag in favor of Quran, in favor of Rasul, in favor of Ahlul Bayt. These people in America, these white, Hispanic, black, this and that, Chinese, Japanese, all other nations, they are not going to read Quran unless they see you living Quran. When they see Quran in our actions, in our akhlaq, in our attitude, in our response, in our responsibilities, when they see these things, then they go, okay, this brother is very good and he says he's a Muslim and his book is Quran, so let's see what is the book. It's very nature. I explained this story many times in my lectures. There was an old lady in Germany and she was dying out of sickness by herself, living alone in her apartment. And she had a neighbor, and that lady was from Morocco. And they were, by the way, they were not the friends. But after a week or 10 days, the Moroccan lady realized that I don't see the German old lady. So she knocked the door, she came in the apartment, she said, the German lady is lying down on a corner. She fell down and she's kind of fainted, and she's hungry. She's 1 week, there's nobody caring about her. And she's about to die if she leave her there. She jumped back to home, she brought some hot water, some soup, some food, she started taking care of her. After a few days, when she woke up, this German lady, she sat down, she said, how come you did this? How you did all these things to me? We were not friends. She said, my book says like that. I have to be like that. This is my book. This is Quranic teachings. And when they finished talking, the Muslim Moroccan lady said, should I bring a copy of Quran for you? She said, no, I don't need Quran. And she was kind of amazed, like, how come? And then the German lady replied to her, because I saw Quran in your attitude. I don't need Quran anymore. I saw living Quran in your actions. People are never going to be behind Allah and Rasul and Ahlul Bayt and Islam and Islamic values, nothing. That's why Islam says, be good with your family, with your friends, especially with your neighbors. You have to be very good with your neighbors. If John and Paul and Marcus and Luke, in the day of Qiyamah, they stand up in front of Ahlul Bayt and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah is going to ask him, okay, John, why did you not become a Muslim? And if he says, Ammar was my neighbor. I never saw Islam in his attitude. I'm gone there. If this neighbor says, this Muslim was living right next door to me, and I never felt Islam is in actions, in his akhlaq, in his attitude, in the way of, the way he used to live and thought and talk and whatever, then I am in problem. All of us, as a Muslim, we are in problem. We are going to be in big problem. So we have to be a flag to Ahlul Bayt. As I mentioned yesterday last night, someone asked from Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam,
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد
"O son of
وعجل فرجهم.
Rasulullah, O son of Rasulullah, how should we have to be?" Imam said, when people see you and point you out with their finger, saying that, look at him, how beautiful is this man. And he is the follower of Imam Jafar Sadiq, then you are a Shia, then you are a Muslim, then you are a follower of the Quran. So we have to be very careful. This life is very short, just 50, 60 years, not more than this. If you're lucky, you live 80, 90, okay, good. Abdullah Safi lived 104 years, alhamdulillah, Mubarak to him. But now most of us are not going to live like him. 60, 70 years and we're gone. But there's a cover. And Qiyamah is not so close. It's much, much, much far away from us. We might lie down, we might live and survive in Barzakh for millions of years. We don't know. Qiyamah is not close. The day of resurrection is not very close. It's much far away from us. And we have to travel millions of years in Barzakh. So we have to prepare from this, out of this 67 years, for those millions of years. We need light, we need support, we need, being with awliya. Death is real. Death is real. Even though they try to hide in Western world, they try to hide death. Every day people are dying in hospitals, but you never see janaza. You never see mayyat. I remember 20 years ago in America, 20 years ago when I used to come early, probably in 2000 and 2001, at those days, you could see sometimes the cars are going carrying a dead body. But these days, things are changing very fast. You don't see any more death. They don't talk anymore about death. Death is a fantasy in the American movies, that's it. It's not a fantasy, it's a real thing. Grandmothers are gone, grandpa is gone, grandma is gone, uncle, auntie is gone. And one day we are all going to die. Maybe I die tonight, I die tomorrow night, maybe next week night or next month or next year, I don't know. And then we have a long journey. Barzakh is not a small thing. You have to work. Read more about Barzakh in Quran. Find a hadith from Ahlul Bayt about Barzakh. What is living in Barzakh? And we are going to face lots of things in Barzakh. And the very first thing we are going to face in Barzakh is reactions of our deeds. If we have been doing good in this world, we are going to face things good. If we have not done good things in this life, we are going to suffer with the problems. And it's not worth to ruin millions of years just because of a couple of this worldly life. It's not worth, basically. Imam Hussein came to us to make us realize that what is the purpose of living. Don't serve tyrants. Don't serve your desires. Control the desires, manage the desires, it's okay. Live a good life, have a good life, enjoy the life, no problem. But do not be in support of ma'asiyah, guna, sin. Ahlul Bayt have a lot of, to summarize these words, I have picked some of the hadiths, but time is running very short, and I don't know how I'm going to make it or not. All those beautiful hadiths, but just one hadith. Prior to the Zuhur of Sahib al-Zaman,
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعجل فرجهم.
the conditions of this world is going to change very quick. And if you watch the political world, what's happening, in Middle East, in Europe, Eastern Europe, Americas, if you watch the politics, you can feel like this situation is not going to last more than 10, 15 years. And this all situation is not going to end up in a good end. No, it's not. It's not. Believe me, it's not. The situation of this world is not going to end up in a nice way. No, it's not. So we are very close to Dhuhur of Sahaba Zaman. We are very close basically. So what are the signs of those times? There's a hadith from Rasulullah where he says, يَأْتِ فِي آخِرَ الزَّمَانِ أُنَاسٌ مِّنْ أُمَّتِي. A group of people will show up in my nation, among the Muslimin. يَأْتُونَ الْمَسَاجِدِ يَقْعَدُونَ فِيهَا حَلَقًا ذِكْرُهُمُ الدُّنْيَا وَحُبُّهُمُ الدُّنْيَا. People will gather in the centers, masajid and religious premises, will gather there. But who are these people? While they sit in the groups, the dhikr of these people is going to be dunya. They just think about dunya, just talk about dunya and worldly affairs. وَحُبُّهُمُ الدُّنْيَا, because they're in love with this worldly life. We have to improve ourselves, our spirits, our soul, our ma'rifah, our knowledge. We're not just in this world for eat more biryani and more biryani or better brands, wearing better cars. No, we are not for these things in this world. There's much more than this in this life. There's much more than this. Rasulullah says the time will come and people will sit down in the premises, religious premises, masajid, centers, these places, and talk about the dunya and worldly affairs because they're in love with the dunya. They just care about the worldly life. And the point is here, Rasulullah said, La tujalisuhum. Don't be friend with them. Don't sit with them. When such a people are living there, sitting there, talking there, don't be part of those groups. Stay away from them. And the main part is here. Then, فَلَيْسَ لِلَّهِ بِهِمْ حَاجَةٌ. Allah doesn't need. Well, my question is here. Does Allah need you? Does Allah in need of anyone? No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for his essence, for his zat, never need anything from you. Never need. But he has a project, and that project is he has created us and he wants something from us and he wants to take us somewhere. Well, we trust in the words of prophets and Prophet Muhammad. This is not proven scientifically, definitely not. If you don't trust in Quran, do something else what you want to do. But if you trust in Quran, if you trust in Rasul, if you trust in Ali ibn Abi Talib, then you have to consider their words very seriously. So my words based upon if we trust in them, then we have to consider these words very seriously. And then Allah doesn't need them. So how come Allah need us? Does Allah need us? No. But in the project, what He has from Janab Adam, 124,000 Nabi, until the day today. Until today. He is running his project, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he need hands. Why we call Ali ibn Abi Talib Yadullah, Ainullah, Lisanullah. Ahlul Bayt, they were Yadullah, they were Ainullah, they were Lisanullah. People followed them like Malik Ashtar, like Salman al-Farsi, like Abu Zar, like Miqdad, like Muhammad ibn Muslim, like Zurara. They all become like their Ahlul Bayt. Lisanullah, Ainullah, Yadullah. And that's the goal. We all have to become hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah wants us to be in touch with Him. He wants us to be in touch with Him. If you're not in touch with Him, we are in trouble. I'm not going to take too much long time because we are very close to Salat and I think 2-3 minutes just left. And I will give the member to scholars, the one who some rosa here inshallah. And then I'll see you tomorrow inshallah. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى
Recording stopped.
पर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सलावत
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद वाले मुहम्मद वाजिल फरज
नारे तकबीर
अल्लाहु अकबर
नारे रिसालत
या रसूल अल्लाह
नारे हैदरी
या अली
पर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सलावत
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला Is it okay we can recite after Maghrib? Then we can.
Yeah, I think.
Because I think Otherwise, he has to start his.
No, we'll do after Maghrib. Yeah.
I think you have to remember to be told.
They want to do the matam after the Messiah. So that's inshallah. So inshallah, we'll pray Maghrib, you can do wuzu and then the other time, that's okay.
Tell